Hey traders, how's it going? This is Ruben with Financial United, and today we're going to be reviewing phantom trading. Phantom trading focuses on teaching smart money concepts, and they mostly delve into supply and demand, liquidity concepts, market order flow, and also they delve heavily into psychology because, as we all know, psychology is probably one of the most important factors in your development as a trader. Phantom utilizes multiple time frames. They can go all the way up from the weekly, daily, 4 hour, 15-minute, and their execution times are usually from the 1 minute and below. As far as the entry goes, Phantom bases them off of entry models, and it all depends on your ability to read the market and be able to identify key components in order for those setups to present themselves. Most of their stop losses are anywhere from 3 pips all the way down to 1 pip. Again, it all depends on several factors like spreads, your comfort level, and if you're trying to be more conservative or aggressive with your entries. So now that we've talked about the timeframes and the entry types, let's talk about the content. Phantom's content can be found on the website, and it has recently been restructured in order for you to be able to understand it from the very basic concepts to the liquidity concepts and expectation of order flow, which would be the more advanced topics. Now, on top of this, they have supplementary content in other sections along with their podcast, and they also give you the ability to book one-on-one sessions with any of their coaches. Now, these sessions, you can pick any coach you want, and you have 60 minutes of their undivided attention. So now that we talked about the website, let's talk about the Discord. Now, the Discord is packed with content. You can find anything from the FAQs all the way to trade floors for any pair that you might want to try out, even indices. And now this is great. The coaches are there all the time, and the community engagement is fantastic. Now, I will admit, they can get a little bit loud at times, but that's fine. Any question that you might have, all of the members are there to help you out, and the coaches chime in whenever there needs to be a clarification or whenever a topic needs a lot more explanation. And I think that's fantastic. So now that we talked about the community and the content, let's talk about the pros of Phantom. So to start off, smart money concepts is something that can be applied across the board to any kind of pair. It doesn't matter if it's a main pair, a cross pair, or if we're talking about indices. The second pro is going to be the engagement from the coaches. So on top of the content of the website, you also have their own individual YouTube channels, in which they do a fantastic job of explaining any new concept that they might have. The second pro is going to be abundancy. Because phantom trading executes off the 1 minute, and usually most of the setups are followed based on 15-minute structure, you're able to get a lot of setups daily. Because of the same abundancy, another pro is the ability to just trade one session and be done. You can trade the London, New York, even the Asian session, and you'll find plenty of trades on a daily basis. And I think this is a great pro because we got into trading to be able to do the things that we could not do in our 9 to 5. Now that we talked about the pros, let's talk about some of the cons. And to start off, we're going to talk about the multi-time frame approach. Now, this by nature adds a little bit of complexity to the whole trading style. And as a new trader, you might find that you get a little bit lost, especially as you go down in time frames. A second con is going to be the trade floors and the forums. Now, the community is very active, and that's a great thing, but it can also become very noisy. And what I mean by this is that there can be a lot of FOMO in the trade floors, especially if you're not really sure of what your strategy or what your entry criteria are going to be. The last con is going to be trading styles. While every single coach is very knowledgeable when it comes to supply and demand, they each have the little nuances, which can throw you off a little bit if you're just starting out. Now that we've talked about the pros and cons, let's talk a little bit about a few things that might be able to help you out. First one would be to stick to the higher time frames. There is some great content by Albie that sticks only to the 4 hour and 15-minute. Now this for me was really helpful because I was getting a little bit lost in the lower time frames. Another suggestion would be to just pick out 1 or 2 coaches, and then you can start branching out to other coaches as you start grasping the basic concepts of the strategy. Alright traders, I hope you enjoyed this content. If you did, give it a like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you guys can see when the next video drops. As always, trade safe, and I'll see you guys next time.